Going for here. My name's Sam. I am a young man who has struggled with mental health, like a lot of other people, and especially young men, have struggled with that massively. And since it's such a huge topic at the moment, which I feel personally doesn't have enough awareness even now, I'd like to try and do something to really give back and support other young men that are maybe going through the same challenges that I have. Yeah, I haven't really fleshed the idea out yet, but I just wanted to welcome everyone to this video. Today we are going to be walking around, talking a load of nonsense, sort of fleshing out this idea in my head, and I'm going to see this as a first video. It's going to be awful, but yeah, we're going to give it a go, and we're going to try and be honest as possible, and by the end of the video hopefully I'm gonna have sort of thought of a few ideas for the channel. Today we've come to this area in the middle of nowhere. I'm visiting family in Herefordshire, in the heart of England, and yeah, I've come to this little coffee pod. So I pulled up in this little car park behind me, and yeah, I've sort of came across this little place, which is basically, I'll take you in. What it is, it's a little place where you can come in and get yourself a coffee. So I've just got myself a coffee. I absolutely ballsed it up. I got a cup, pressed the button, thinking, you know, it would instruct me to put a cup under. No, it's just gone away ahead and poured it all out. So I've managed to catch the majority of it, but yeah, that's that just happened. And that's it. Just if you're ever here, it looks like it's owned by Wicton Farm, and yeah, so it's 24-hour service, and this is just in the middle of nowhere. Looks like I'm the only person around for miles, really. So yeah, what a strange little thing, but cool. So yeah, I've just left the little car park. Thought I'd go for a little walk in this. So I don't really know where I am, to be fair. It's just sort of came across this little self-service shack. Got myself a coffee, and yeah, I'm gonna walk on now. So looks like I've come to the bottom of that lane, and well, I can either go. Oh, there's a squirrel over there. It looks like I could go up into the farm, which I'm not too keen on the idea of doing that. I don't want to annoy any farmers. Or there's a little path this way, which leads to a little bridge by the looks of it. So I think I'm going to go left, and back in. Very muddy, very muddy. Right, so looks like we have come to a little fence, which I'm not sure we can go through, but you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut through. I'm gonna hope that there's nothing in this field. By the looks of it, yeah, by the looks of it, it's an empty field. Right, so I've decided to carry on from here, and I go round and down to there. So here we are. Yeah, so I had an idea recently. I'm at a bit of a crossroads in what I want to be doing. You know, I've always thought I wanted to do something fairly creative, and hang on a moment, hold that thought. So we've come to a gate. I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to go through this gate, which I'm not sure is a public pathway. I'm struggling with this gate one-handed. I'm going to have to put it down. Right, so I've just got over that gate. I'm gonna continue. Well, I came from that direction. I'm gonna continue down this way. So yeah, as I was saying, I've come to a bit of a crossroads. I know I want to be doing something to do. Well, I've had many a YouTube channel ideas, And recently I came across a chap called, a lad from the Midlands, the same as me. He's called GeoWizard, and he does like these sort of walking, hiking challenges, straight line challenges across country. And I've always, I have to admit, it's always appealed to me, the idea of like just walking in nature, really. You know, so I thought what I'd do today is I'd come out in this local area, Herefordshire, and sort of find a field and sort of walk around it and just see how it feels. Oh, you look down here, got a lovely little stream. I mean, that's pretty rough, that. Fancy having a dip in that today. Be absolutely freezing. But yeah, as I was saying, so one of my ideas was to walk in nature, just sort of, you know, a long distance walk, sort of exploring places that I've not been before, and whilst walking in nature, choosing a topic. Usually I'm thinking related to men's mental health, or just mental health in general, taking a topic and basically talking about it as we're on the walk. So I'm now coming up towards this gate. Now what makes me think I can walk here is this is quite comfy, and when I see one of these, it makes me think, well, I'm able to get over. So, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be in trouble walking over here. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed with a coffee in my hand. It's quite difficult. See, lovely bit of land that is. Wow, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's the only thing that bothers me with these challenges is just the fact that, you know, not knowing if I'm able to be on certain bits of land. Got over that gate, and now we're going to carry on down this road. Now, yeah, so as I was saying, I'm looking to sort of, well, I'm treating this as a sort of practice run, but obviously videos like this, realistically, there's got to be more than just something. Well, no one's going to want to look at me, from far as I'm concerned, that no one's going to be interested in watching a guy walk around a field talking a load of nonsense. So this one's more for me, but I'm still treating it as a sort of practice run. So, geez, one thing I didn't realise. Oh, this is boggy. I have to go around. I have to go right round this way. I haven't really packed the right shoes for this sort of terrain. One thing I was saying is that I need to try and think of a sort of format for this style of content, because I think it could be, I think there is something there in the sense of walking around talking about mental health topics whilst walking around nature, and, you know, just potentially doing some pretty big walks in some nice areas of England. Now, as I'm walking around, we've come back on ourselves around, sort of following the river as it meanders round. What I don't want to do here is wander into some private land. Now, again, it is a worry of mine that I'm not entirely sure if this even is private land or I'm able to walk on this, but I'm getting pretty close to the boundaries of their property there, so, you know, a little bit concerned. So I've just passed that bit, got my foot slightly wet, but I suppose that's all part of it, really. Can't really let a wet foot stop me from wandering around these areas. But yeah, so as you can see now, we are quite literally in the middle of nowhere. There are a few properties dotted around, but again, I'm very unfamiliar with this area, and well, actually now we've come quite a way from where we first started, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way of getting back there now. I want to try and do a loop round, so I'd rather not backtrack on myself if I can help it, following this sort of line of fences all the way around. and I'll come up right from the top over there and come up on now some more farmland. I have to admit, living around here would be amazing. How lucky some of these people are to be living here with land so secluded. I actually can hear some voices over in that direction over there, so I'm gonna sort of swiftly move on. I'm gonna get a little bit of a walk on. One thing I hadn't prepared for was how out of breath I was going to be. I don't consider myself particularly unfit. I'll tell you what, I'm feeling out of breath now. I think it doesn't help that I'm wearing this big thick jumper, but yeah, I'm pretty hot right now. I've still got my coffee though. I think it's still warm as well, and that was definitely a little beauty. That one was finding that at the beginning. Oh, it's gone cold. It's gone cold. I'm going to tip it out. Yeah, so it's gone cold. What was I saying? See, problem being with me, I'm no good at talking to the camera. I just ramble, absolutely ramble. We've come to this little bit here. It's a nice little sort of what would you call it? Well, it's a tree. I'm under a tree, and it sort of opens up slightly here. I think I'm gonna just stand here for a minute, catch my breath, and basically figure out how I'm gonna get back round from here. So I'm gonna follow this path round. So the way I see it, I'm at this tree here. I believe it goes around here and follow it up to that property, and I can't really tell as to where that goes from there, but I'm going to follow it round and I'm going to see if I can get out. Right, look at that tree. I do appreciate a good tree. Right, I'm going to carry on. Okay, right, so I've wandered round the corner from where I pointed last time in the last clip, and so I'm basically trying to figure out now how we can get out from it. So I can see the property there, and obviously there's a gate and a road that leads out, but that would involve crossing that stream. Not particularly thrilled about the idea of trying to cross a stream today. Haven't bought wellies, and I don't want to get wet and cold, so that's definitely not going to happen. Come to a fence here, and this is going to open me up. By the looks of it, if I pass over this fence, which I'll just do now, I'm not going to have to hop this. I'm going to have to hop this one. No, there is a... Right, so there is a thing. Get my hand through. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to shut this fence, and I'm going to carry on up this hill. So let's go up and round. In the distance there, I can see a road, so I know that I think I'm going to be able to get out of here, which is great. So I'm going to walk in this field and catch up to the top. I'll tell you what I'll do whilst I'm in the field. I'll talk to you guys in this next clip a little bit about something that was on my mind. At the moment, filming this video, I'm talking about all sorts of nonsense. I think part of my concern is starting out. I know all my videos are just going to be awful, and they're not really going to have any certain appeal or structure to them. So I do definitely need to have a big think about how I'm going to introduce some sort of structure and make the video interesting to watch for you guys. I'm thinking about ways in which I can improve at talking, and basically what's the word for it, becoming more, basically just making more sense of what I'm saying, talking to you guys and making the videos interesting. That is something I want to focus on, so I'm going to have a real good think about it. But so far this has been quite fun, all except to the fact that I probably shouldn't have worn a thick sort of fleeced hoodie and quite a thick jacket. I'm definitely paying the price for that one now. I do have the option, as there's a road there, to jump over this fence and get onto that road, and that should probably take me back round to where I started. I'm hoping that there is going to be a way out for me here. So, I know where I am. I know exactly where I am. So actually, I will be able to get out up here. You know what? I think I'm going to have to jump over. I don't know really how keen I am on walking back round there. And this way, I definitely know the way out. So, you know what? It is barbed though. It is barbed. But I think I'm going to have to do it. So, right, I'm gonna try to put the phone in my pocket and film this. Let's just see how this looks. So, hopefully, that's an okay angle. I couldn't film that. It was definitely not working. I didn't really fancy getting stabbed up by a load of barbed wire. But I hopped over that fence there. I'm out the field, and now I'm on a road. And now I know if I carry on up here, it's going to take me back to where I parked the car. So at the top of the hill here, in about a few minutes time, I should be able to see, well, I've completed the little loop. And in fact, if I look through in the distance, I can see my car. There it is. We've done it. So I'll just let this car go by. Hello. About the first person I've seen other than a man getting his milk in the whole time I've done this. Let's carry on and let's finish this little mission. So, right, I suppose I should really give a little bit of a conclusion to this. Let's call it episode, shall we? So, obviously, that was, you know, something as part of a test, I guess. Filming for me more than anything, just to see how things look on camera, how I come across talking on camera. I know at the moment it doesn't sound like I have much of an idea, but it's definitely something I want to get better at. So conclusion is, I'm happy I did it. I'm out of breath. It was definitely more tiring than I thought. And another conclusion is, it's quite fun just getting sort of lost in places you don't know and sort of finding your way out. It's quite a fun thing. But that's pretty much it really. I've sort of now coming back round to the little hut where I originally got my coffee, and actually gonna be a good person, and I'm gonna put this in the bin. There's some bins over here. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not littering anyone out there. That's not good. Here she is, a little whip, and let's finish the journey by popping this in the recycling. There we go. So, hopefully you can hear me with the wind. I'll speak a bit louder, and my phone's just precariously balanced on this rock. I think the wind might be wanting to take it, so I'll be quick. But it's been really fun. I've walked around aimlessly, talking about all sorts of nonsense, but I'm definitely going to try and flesh this idea out, and I definitely want to try and make this into a sort of more regular series, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see what I might come up with and where this might go, because I've always, like I said, I've always wanted to, there's actually a tractor coming now. Where are we? There it is. This shows you how sort of remote we are, and I think there's a couple of people in there now. That's it. They'll just give me the old farmer nod. People are actually generally pretty nice in this area. Where I'm from in Warwick, it's yeah, it's a bit more built up, and you know, people are busy doing their things. Okay, so I've actually come inside now to this little hut where this sort of idea began. You know, I've come here and I want to be honest with why I'm sort of thinking of doing this, for covering sort of topics like men's mental health, because honestly, so many people struggle with mental health, and you know, although it's become more recognised and that people, you know, although they struggle with it, people still are don't feel there is enough support out there and awareness, and especially from young men and young men like myself who have actually, I'm not worried to say it on camera because it's true. I've struggled with a lot of mental health, especially over the past few months. I had a pretty rough start to my year, which I can cover as we go through into further episodes. But basically, the reason for doing this is not so much about the walking in the nature. I want to make an entertaining video, but the overall message is in the content, the actual topics of what we'll be discussing. So I guess I want to see this as more of like a discussion, a place for people that are struggling with potentially the same struggles that I've gone through as a young man, and learning and talking about how ways of overcoming those challenges, and also just spreading a positive message and showing people that maybe getting out and doing something in nature and really trying to focus my efforts in an area where I'm not only doing something for myself and potentially my future, I'd like to think so if it picks up, but also for young men that are going through these challenges themselves, and just to show them that things do get better, and that although I'm still struggling with my own personal mental health challenges, that definitely things do get better. So I just want to say that, and I just want to basically say that hopefully this video, I'm going to upload it anyway. I know it's going to be god awful, but I'm going to upload it, and I would like to think that I can look back at this in years to come and look really to see how far I've come with everything, and hopefully by that point we'll have a few people involved with the channel, and who knows. But anyway, I wanted to say that. I want to say thank you if you did happen to come across this video, and especially if you ended up watching it all the way to the very end. I'll be surprised because it has got awful, but I do appreciate that so much. I always can't describe how thankful I'd be if people did decide to sit down and watch this. If anyone watches this and thinks that it's a big idea or potentially has any other ideas for the channel, please do put them in the comments down below. And yeah, I thank you for watching. My name, by the way, I realised throughout the whole video I hadn't told anyone, my name's Sam, and yeah, hopefully you're going to be getting to know me a bit better, and I'm sure you will. And I'll yeah, what's the sign off? What should we do? I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to have to think about a sort of thing we can say at the end of each video, but for now I'm just going to say thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.